Executives and leaders are reacting today. It makes sense. I get it. There are people who are saying things that are provocative. They're emotional. They are out of bounds, things that we perhaps haven't heard before, we weren't expecting. They are creating and adding to these tumultuous times, things out of left field. So leaders, business leaders are reacting. It's perfectly understandable. But making decisions that way is not okay. It's not beneficial, and it's not good for the long term. So we see this impacting our businesses, our families, our other organizations that we're part of. We're seeing this at a national level. We're seeing this in our communities. What can we do about it? There are approaches that we can take that are more methodical. I talk about this in my book. I wrote Optimize the Moment with a plan to help people and help companies do intelligence gathering, where we take an approach that is designed to ask questions proactively, develop working theories, test those working theories, and try and be as objective with our analysis as possible. Easier said than done, I know. But it's important. It's important to get the facts straight, so to speak, especially in days like today, where reacting emotionally and making decisions emotionally has consequences. Consequences that companies and organizations may be forced to walk back or may be forced to live with. And that can be problematic too. I was reminded of a movie that I watched a long time ago. It's not a new movie. It's been around for a while, called The Sum of All Fears, based on the novel by Tom Clancy. Star of the movie, star of the book is intelligence gathering and CIA intelligence officer Jack Ryan. It's a classic plot where the two nations, the America and Russia, are at odds, and they eventually come to the brink of disaster and brink of annihilation. But as part of the story, our star, Jack Ryan, as part of his intelligence gathering, begins to put together a working theory and begins to develop the data points and ask questions about what really matters. It's dramatic, it's Hollywood, but it shows a scene where the leaders, president, the vice president, director of the CIA, the head of national security, are all on Air Force One, and it is a heated moment, series of heated moments, where they believe they're following protocols properly, and their only decision, their only choice left is to hit the button. They feel like that's all they have left, and the president is put in the position of making that decision. I have seen this many times in companies where the leaders of the company feel like they've done everything right. They've taken all the information in, and emotionally, they're put in that position where they have to hit the button. They have to make that final call. And yet, they haven't really followed a process. They haven't done that intelligence gathering that would have shone a light on a different path. Sometimes that's when I get called, or someone like me. And we take that moment, that breath, to do that intelligence gathering, to objectively ask the right questions, do that situation analysis. And when we do, almost all the time, there's another path. And in the movie, our star of the show, Jack Ryan, is able to convince the leaders at the last possible moment, because it makes for a great movie, that their path so far is based on a mistake. based on mistaken understanding of the event so far. And he's able to convince them of some other critical points. And of course, save the world from nuclear annihilation. Great movie. It's probably 20 or 25 years old now. But the message, I think, is the same. That we collectively, as leaders, have a responsibility not to react emotionally to events, to information. When somebody says something that is completely outrageous or off the charts or out of left field, and therefore take our company, our organization, our sales team off into a different direction. When we have a strong working theory based on intelligence that is informed by data, informed by objective analysis, and that plan is tested, and we're constantly testing that plan. We're solid in our understanding and our convictions, and we work that plan with the right team of people to implement that plan. We stay on plan, and we work through those storms and those outrageous moments that are invariably going to come along. And they do, whether it's current geopolitical events, whether it's some other kind of event, could be market driven, could be product driven, could be some other kind of disruption. Today, we're seeing disruptions in several different places at once. And perhaps at a time when we don't have the kind of leadership that we have had in the past, that steady hand on the tiller. So we have to be that steady hand on the tiller for the people around us. I wrote the book called Optimize the Moment. At the time, I wasn't anticipating the events that we're experiencing today. But Optimize the Moment is exactly the moment we're in today. And these are exactly the kinds of approaches that we as leaders need to adopt for today. Optimize the moment.